Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. Today's video is going to be on Gabbie Hanna and her recent endeavors. So I just discovered that Gabbie Hanna went on Fun for Louie's podcast a couple of days ago, and this episode is just over 2 hours long. You guys, I figured a lot of y'all might not have time for the entire thing, so here's a quick recap of all the tea that she spilled. Spoiler alert, she does talk about David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn your post notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure to check out the Hot Tea Twitter account for the latest news or send us any stories that you want us to cover. I'm also going to link the full podcast episode down below. It's a pretty nice listen. I actually really ended up liking the host Louie, and I'm probably going to listen to more episodes of his podcast, and I recommend it to you guys if you like podcasts. Alright, let's get into it. When asked about the struggles that she had when she moved to LA, she said it was really fun at first because she was with all these friends, probably talking about the Vlog Squad, who all had the same goals and job. However, the problem with her friends starting to vlog and making life their content is that the line of where reality versus content is got kind of blurred.
I actually had a lyric in a spoken word piece that was, are these my colleagues or my friends? Where do I begin and where do I end and where does me begin? And it was just so confusing.
She found out over time that she was kind of ostracized from that group because she didn't want to be part of the vlog culture and spoke out about things that they would do that she didn't like. And that's what her song Monster is actually about, because she was questioning whether she was the problem since all of her friends kind of closeted her out.
And now I can finally look back and say, I'm actually not a monster. I think those people just didn't like that I was calling them out on shit that wasn't that cool. So they didn't want me to be a part of it anymore because I was like, dude, I wasn't fun. Because I was like, I don't like those jokes. I don't like that prank. I don't like the way you're treating people. I don't like the way you're talking to this person. And then it's like, okay, well then we don't like you.
She said that she expressed to her friends, again, probably the Vlog Squad, that she no longer wanted to be involved in the vlogs. And that was kind of the downhill slope of their friendship because it was just such a huge part of their life.
I stopped seeing my friends because it became like this awkward thing where I couldn't hang out at my other friend's house because if this person showed up and they wanted to film, now it's like this awkward tension of, well, Gabbie's here and she doesn't want to be on camera, so like somebody's got to either leave or not get what they want out of this interaction. So dude, it sucks.
She also says that she thinks people mentally stay at the age that they find fame and money in, which for her was the age of 22, because they achieve so much at that age and find very little reason to ever need to change or mature because they're just doing so well, just the way they are. And she says that she's really grateful that she at least got a chance to go to school and have a real job a little before she got into the whole world of social media, because social media can really condition you to be egocentric. Louie brings up the fact that she studied psychology in school and how that affected her to see what was happening to herself throughout the years. Side note, this guy is so amazing and asking all the right questions. Like, really, kudos to him. This was an amazing interview. Gabbie responds that she 100% knew that she was addicted to social media from the beginning of Vine, and in fact, you can't really do what she does without being addicted. In regards to cancel culture, Gabbie says that the internet needs to be much more regulated to the point that everyone who wants to say anything online would need to have their name and their picture attached to it in order to decrease online harassment and bullying. Also, apparently she's back with Peyton again, for anyone who was curious, and she is still friends with Irene. I don't know, maybe I just live under a rock, but yeah.
It just comes down to, like, you have to find the people who will tell you the truth. Yeah. And I needed that. So like my friend Irene, Taylor, my boyfriend Peyton, my friends Molly and Gino, like all of these people like you.
And then she says this.
So now I'm just like, when I die, how will I be remembered? Will I have left behind something that I'm proud of or that affected somebody? Or when my grandkids, because this is our digital tombstone.
Which is ironic because most of the shit she's been putting out lately is this. Like, I really do want to say I believe her, and she really is well-spoken and convincing, but it's really hard for me to do that when I see this on my For You page on TikTok. Like, you know, like, no. also speak on patriotism and how that's kind of toxic, because like, why should you blindly just be proud of the country that you're from without actually thinking about all the fucked up shit that they do or have done? I don't know who needs to hear this.
But I'm not happy with my country right now, because the way that my country is right now, there's still a lot of hate.
I think you can love things about where you're from, and I think that you also need the freedom to be able to say, hey, look, this isn't right, we need to improve in this.
We're holding our country accountable.
Yeah.
Then they visit Jemiah Hargans, who wants to help empower underserved communities while giving them access to fresh food by planting small, sustainable farms that utilize rainwater harvesting in lots across LA. Not too much tea spilled there, but it was really nice to watch. They talk a lot about the importance of nutrition and diet and how it's not accessible. She talks a little about why she gets cosmetic procedures like Botox and filler. She says she doesn't want to do that stuff forever, but for now, as an artist, she wants to be able to look back at footage of herself and just be confident about it.
You know, I wish that I was strong enough to just say like, I don't care, I don't need Botox, but like, I do want to have a smooth forehead in my art, because to me, like, I want to look a certain way.
Okay, Gabbie, you can just leave it as it's something that makes you feel more confident, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to freaking relate everything to your art and your music. She justifies the fillers that she gets by saying that she gets stuff done that girls do with makeup. So like, instead of contouring her nose, she gets nose filler because she doesn't like to wear makeup. They talk about body image and eating disorders. Gabbie says that she grew up very poor and uneducated about health and nutrition, and also in the middle of diet culture. She always had a bad relationship with food.
Is that I moved from forms of bulimia or food restriction to orthorexia, which is an obsession with calories and macros and working out.
Louis asks her what she's learned in the past year about her privilege and being white passing, which, by the way, if you didn't know, she's half Middle Eastern. Gabbie says that she's been talking about the BLM movement since 2016 at the cost of many people unsubscribing from her.
But then I feel like I got more and more reserved with it, because I felt like as I was dealing with a lot of scrutiny, my intentions were always being misconstrued.
So you didn't want to like say the wrong thing.
And then Louis straight up just brings up David Dobrik by name, saying he watched a compilation video of David bullying Gabbie. Gabbie says that people are now finally seeing what she's known for years. She says it causes her a lot of sadness what happened to David, because it has happened to her as well. David apparently has reached out to her to talk, but she just forgot to answer the text, apparently. Sure, girl, you forgot.
Happiness is forgiving people who will never apologize.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me at a time where it's not like I hadn't tried to talk to him over the years. It was when he was like getting canceled and scared. He was afraid I would say something.
He's backed into the corner. And
in regards to the jokes that David would make in his vlogs, Gabbie says that she wasn't okay with the nose jokes or the fat jokes, and she expressed that to him.
I didn't like it. It's bullying. If they're your friends or not, it's still bullying. What I found later was that they were not my friends, because as soon as I wasn't okay with that type of content, and I wasn't okay with just being clickbait and thumbnails, I lost my friends.
Gabbie, however, does clarify that a lot of the jokes were scripted, and even for her very own channel, but the deeper problem was why she was even okay with these jokes being made in the first place, and that was because she thought that that was all she was worth at the time.
And it was an ongoing joke where I was making the weight jokes because everybody else was calling me fat. And I was giving everybody else permission to make weight jokes. But also everyone in that group knew I had a severe eating disorder.
She says the thing that hurt her the most wasn't even the jokes, but it was more like the way that they treated her when she didn't want to be a part of the vlogs anymore, or she didn't want these jokes to be made about her finally.
I forgive those people for making jokes that hurt me. I don't forgive those people for completely cutting ties with me when I expressed that.
And yeah, that was it for today's video. I really want to know what you guys think about this interview. Has your view on Gabbie changed, or do you think she's just being a fucking hypocrite? Comment your opinions in the comments down below. I'm gonna leave you guys with this little eye bleach to get your mind off of Gabbie Hanna. That was it for today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single day. Alright, bye bye.